Everyone knows for the class. That's it. Oh yes. Okay. Yes. Good. No problem. Okay, no problem. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajaja Naranjana Yashodanandana Brajaja Naranjana Yamunati Ravanachari Yamunati Ravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajaja Naranjana Yashodanandana Brajaja Naranjana Yamunati Ravanachari Yamunati Ravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jam Vishnupad Paramasa Pravarachikacharya Shtutara Shata Sri Srimad Srila Abhay Chandraminda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Namachara Shakhardas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Pramanande Hari Bol. O glorious assembled devotees Hare Krishna, O glorious assembled devotees Hare Krishna, O glorious assembled devotees Hare Krishna, O glorious to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, O glorious to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pashtaputari Shrimati Radhanath Swaminiti Namine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pashtaputari Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paschatadesha Tarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're reading from Srimad-Bhagavad-gītā as it is, Chapter 2, entitled Contents of the Gita Summarized, Text 49. Durena hyavarang karma Buddhi yoga dhananjaya Buddhau sharanam avvicha Kripanah palahetavaha Durena hyavarang karma Buddhi yoga dhananjaya Buddhau sharanam avvicha Kripanah palahetavaha Durena hyavarang karma Buddhi yoga dhananjaya Buddhau sharanam avvicha Kripana palahetavaha Buddhi yoga dhananjaya Buddhau sharanam avvicha Kripana palahetavaha Durena hyavarang karma Buddhi yoga dhananjaya Buddhau sharanam avvicha Kripana palahetavaha. Mataji. Durena hyavarang karma Buddhi yoga dhananjaya Buddhau sharanam avvicha Kripana palahetavaha. Durena, discarded at a long distance. He, certainly. Avaram, abominable. Karma, activity. Buddhi, yogat, on the strength of Krishna consciousness. Dhananjaya, O conqueror of wealth. Buddha, in such consciousness. Sharanam, full surrender. Anvicha, try for. Kripanaha, misers. Phala, hetavaha, those desiring fruitive results. The translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service, and in that consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers. Purport. One who has actually come to understand one's constitutional position as an eternal servitor of the Lord gives up all engagements save working in Krishna consciousness. As already explained, Buddhi Yoga means transcendental loving service to the Lord. Such devotional service is the right course of action for the living entity. Only misers desire to enjoy the fruit of their own work, which should be done in Krishna consciousness, for the satisfaction of Krishna. Misers do not know how to utilize the assets of riches, which they acquire by good fortune or by hard labor. One should spend all energies, O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service, and in that consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnanatasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savdutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyahi Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So, we continue our discussion from Bhagavad Gita, from second chapter. The section from the second chapter is the content of the whole Bhagavad Gita. And so this is a section on Buddhi Yoga. And Prabhupada explains in this purport, and he already explains that he already explained that this Buddhi Yoga is actually Bhakti Yoga. And you work with intelligence, and intelligence means that you engage all your energy and everything you have for Krishna's satisfaction. And this is then confirmed in every chapter actually. This is the conclusion that one should surrender to Krishna and work for his pleasure. Yes, and in this verse is very interesting. Durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya. That discard all abominable activities. And abominable activities, as explained by Prabhupada, are those which are not meant for Krishna's satisfaction, or they are against his will, or against his his likings. And we discuss in our seminar these apparats, and they're extremely this is extremely important knowledge, because they can completely block our devotional service. For example, Jiva Goswami, in several places actually, in his Sandarbhas, which are conclusive scriptures on our philosophy, and it is Jiva Goswami is acclaimed actually by all our acharyas as the greatest philosopher of all time. Yes. So we should know that what Jiva Goswami says is supported from every angle possible, because he cites for one of his statements, he cites unlimited Shastra and supports his view. Yes, from Srimad-Bhagavatam mostly, but also from other Puranas, from Itihasas, from Upanishads, from unlimited Shastras. So he says that one can chant the holy name millions of lifetimes, and he will not develop love of God, which is the fruit of chanting the holy name, if he commits offenses. So, isn't it important to know what are the offenses? If we want to achieve something, our goal actually, what we strive for, actually from time immemorial, because we all want to be happy, and this is our nature. But without love, unconditional love, we cannot be happy. Not possible. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radokshaje ahoetika patihata yayatma suprasidati. Sutta Goswami was asked by the sages in Naimisharanya, you have studied many shastras, burini buri karmani shrotavyani vibhagasha, adakshatotrayat saram samudritya manishaya, bruhi badraya bhutanam yanatma suprasidati. You have studied many different shastras. And in these different shastras, there are many different processes prescribed. And please tell us what is the essence. Because in previous verse, they explained that now it's Kali Yuga. And people are disturbed, fallen, short memory, and so on. So, unfortunate. So, and in this verse, you have studied all these shastras in which different processes are prescribed. Please tell us what is the essence of everything by which one can become suprasidati. Yenatma suprasidati. Atma means self, the soul. And prasidati means happy, satisfied, happy. And they said how to become not prasidati, but suprasidati. Su means extremely happy. Because if we are happy, then we are also miserable. These are two faces of the same coin. If you grab one, you grab also the other. You cannot avoid. But they asked him not just to be happy, but perfectly happy. And the solution was given in the very next chapter of first canto of Bhagavatam. Savaipam samparo dharmo yato bhaktira dokshaje. Ahaitukya pratihata yayatma suprasidati. And again, he uses this word. What is the process to become suprasidati, perfectly happy? Is to develop unconditional love. And this unconditional love is possible only with a dokshara. That means the Lord, absolute Lord, who is beyond our sense perception. This is the only way to become suprasidati. And this love should be uninterrupted. Apratihata. Yes, because if we interrupt it, even for a short time, in this short time we wouldn't be suprasidati. Understand? It's simple. So it should be everlasting, unconditional love. We want to achieve this. Is there anyone who doesn't want to achieve everlasting, unconditional love? We all want this. So this is the process, how to achieve ahaituki bhakti, unconditional bhakti. Yes, is to satisfy savaipam sam parodharmo, and this is paradharma, the absolute highest dharma. Yato bhaktira dokshaje. Ahaituki apratihata. Yes, should be unconditional and uninterrupted. Discard all separate you from me, separate you from us, are offenses against the holy name. Because they put eternal block. Bhakti yoga is unlimitedly powerful. Bhakti is described, there are 6 characteristics of bhakti described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. And one of them is Shri Krishna Akarshini. That means that has a power to attract the all-attractive one. Understand? The all-attractive, of course, has the power to attract everything. But bhakti is more powerful than all-attractive one. More powerful than Krishna himself. Has the power to attract the all-attractive one. So it's extremely precious. But these abominable activities, as offenses and these apparats, put block between us and bhakti. We may think that we perform bhakti, and we do perform actually, but Bhakti Devi is offended, and she doesn't turn to us because there are offenses. They block her mercy, actually. They block her mercy. And we can see if even if someone is sinful, by contact with bhakti, if he's not offensive, he'll get her mercy. Not the fruit of bhakti, but other fruits, like liberation, for example. And the example is Ajamila. He was extremely sinful for the mercy of bhakti. Yes. So we discussed already that there are many types of offenses, and now we discuss nama aparadas, which are the most grievous aparadas. Because we said other aparadas, like seva aparadas, which are numerable. Who can count all these apparats? Are easily mitigated by chanting the holy name. But if we know that something is aparat, and we chant the holy name with this attitude, it becomes nama aparada. And nama aparada cannot be mitigated by any way. And therefore this is extremely dangerous. And besides that, we should know what is displeasing for the Lord, not that we'll remain in ignorance and count that holy name will eradicate all our unknowing offenses, because then again this becomes an offense against the holy name. Hare Krishna. Yes. Okay, so we discussed first other aparadas, and now we discussed nama aparadas, and we discussed already sadhu ninda, this Vaishnava apparats, and we discussed about how the names and activities of demigods are non-different from the Lord, not separate from the Lord. Yes, we shouldn't consider them that they're independent from the Lord. And then we discussed also the instruction of the spiritual master, not to obey the instruction of the spiritual master. So we covered first three apparats. The fourth nama apparada is to criticize the scriptures, the Vedas, and those scriptures which are which support the conclusion of the Vedas. We should know that Krishna is compiler of the Vedas. Krishna himself states this in Bhagavad-gītā. Sarvasya chaham hridisya navishto mattah smritir jnanam apokhanam cha vedaischa sarvair aham eva vidyo vedanta krit vedavit eva chaham. I am knower of the Vedas. I compiled Vedanta. Vedanta means the conclusion of all the Vedas. So we should know that Vedas are transcendental authority. And we have these checkpoints on our spiritual journey: Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. But if we don't accept authority, either Guru or Shastra, then we are lost. Because we have no instrument to go beyond material understanding. You understand? Because our instruments with which we operate are our senses, body, senses, mind, and intelligence. We don't have nothing else on our disposal because we are a conditioned soul. And if we try to use these instruments to go beyond matter, it's craziness. It was something, if I would like to lift myself with holding my dhoti. It's impossible. Yeah. Impossible. So we should accept authority, but we should know who is the ultimate authority. And it is explained by Prabhupada and all our acharyas. The real guru, the bona fide guru, is one who follows Shastra, isn't it? And real sadhu is also one who follows Shastra. So, guru and sadhu, they follow Shastra. So, Shastra is the ultimate authority. Yes. So we should accept Shastra. And we said that Shastra is meant for the benefit of all humanity. And is compiled in a way that enables every human being to gradually elevate their consciousness. Because not everyone is a devotee. Actually, it's extremely rare. Muktanam api siddhanam narayana parayana. Sudurlabhah prashantatma kutishvapi mahamuni. Among many thousands of liberated persons, muktanam api siddhanam, and of perfect people, narayana parayana, only the rare person. Sudurlabhah is, durlabha means rare, and sudurlabha means extremely rare. Yes. Perfect person in this connection means one who has completely controlled his senses and mind. And that doesn't mean that he's a devotee. Understand? And if he's not a devotee, that perfection is temporary. Yes. So, and this muktanam is also jivan mukta, which is also, it means that they're not eternally liberated. It's explained in 10th canto of Srimad-Bhagavatam that yen yera vidaksha vimukta maninas tvayasta bhavat avishuddha buddha aruhya krishna parampadam tatah patantyato nadrata yukshmatangraha. That those who are not devotees and they're so-called elevated living entities, they're vimukta maninas. They think they are liberated. But they are avishuddha buddhaya, impure intelligence. Patantyado, and they again fall down. Yes. So they don't achieve not even their own goal without bhakti, or if they offend bhakti. And they offend bhakti, for example, Mayavadi, Krishna aparadi. That means, why he's Krishna aparadi? Because he doesn't believe that Krishna is eternal personality of Godhead, beyond any influence of Maya. They have the idea that Brahman is nirvishesha. And we pray to Prabhupada, nirvishesha shunyavadi paschatya deshatarni. That you have delivered the Western world from this nirvishesha idea. That he is nirguna Brahman. This Brahman is without any quality. But Bhagavan, they accept Bhagavan, but they said that Bhagavan is saguna Brahman. Brahman with material quality. And they accept that he's perfect, absolute being, but not beyond matter. Because they think that he has sattva guna, that he's composed of sattva guna. Yes. And this is an offense, because the Lord is completely transcendental. Yes. And if they are such offenders, they cannot go beyond matter. Yes, they cannot go beyond matter. So this siddhanam and muktanam, there are those who are not devotees, who are vimukta maninas, who are they imagine they're liberated. So narayana parayana sudurlabhah prashantatma kutishvapi mahamuni. That this muni, this great soul, is extremely rare. Extremely rare. So devotees are rare, We should know. Even amongst devotees are rare. Yes, those who strive only for pure devotional service. So we should be these rare devotees. This is the gift that Prabhupada brought to us. He said that there are enough other religious groups who propagate something that is not pure devotional service. Let there be one religious movement who propagate only pure devotional service. So we should take advantage of this one spiritual movement which propagates exclusively pure devotional service. Yes. This is the privilege that we can have here. So if anyone thinks that pure devotional service is not good for him, he can go to other groups. There are many. Yes. And try his happiness there. Yes. Okay. So, yes, extremely rare. And therefore, such extremely rare person accepts Shastra. And we said that there are different Shastras which bring different kinds of people step by step to the transcendental platform. And therefore, we have Puranas in the modes of Tamaguna. That means in darkness. And we have Puranas that are in Rajaguna. And we have Puranas that are in Sattva Guna. And then we have one Amala Purana, completely spotless Purana, without any tinge of material modes. And this is Bhagavata Purana, yes, which propagates only Bhagavad Dharma. Yes. And only saints know what is Bhagavad Dharma, what is Dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavat pranitam nave vidur rishayana apidavaha nasida mukya suramanushyaha kutona vidyadara charanadaya. That Lord established what is Dharma and what is not Dharma. And no one knows, not rishis, not Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavat pranitam nave vidur rishaya napidavaha. And not devas, demigods, not Gandharvas, not Vidyadharas, not human beings. No one knows what is Dharma except the Lord. But there are Mahajans who are great devotees of the Lord. Swayambhur Naradah Shambhuhu, Kumara Kapilo Manuhu, Prahlado Janako Bhishmo, Balir Vaya Sakir Vayam. 12 Mahajans. In fact, 15, because they group 4 Kumaras as one. So they're listed as 12, but actually, because there are 4 Kumaras, there are 15 who know what is Dharma, because they are devotees. And of course, those who follow these Mahajans, they also know what is Dharma. So we should follow Mahajans. Mahajano yena gata sapanta. Yes, the right path is illuminated by Mahajanas. Yes. So therefore, there are these sampradayas, bona fide sampradayas, which teach what is real Dharma, and real Dharma is Bhagavad Dharma. Is how to completely surrender to the Lord. Yes. How to completely surrender to the Lord. And it's confirmed in this verse of Bhagavad Gita. Durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananja buddhau sharanam vicha kripanah palahitava. If you don't surrender to the Lord, here says, and in that consciousness surrender to the Lord, and reject all these abominable activities, and in this consciousness surrender to the Lord. So we should reject all apparats, because apparats are most displeasing. And we should accept Shastra. And it's confirmed in 16th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. Lord Krishna says something really important himself. Krishna's words. He says that Tasmat shastram pramanam te karya karya vavasto. Gyatya shastra vidanotam karma kartami harhasi. Tasmat shastram pramanam te. That means, therefore, shastra is pramana. That means the basis of knowing what is truth and what is not, what is to be done and what is not to be done. And we should follow what Shastra prescribes. Tasmat shastram pramanam te, karya karya vyavastito, gyatva shastra vidanoktam karya karma. That you should follow these steps of karma, of Shastra. And then he says, even before he says, Yakshastra vidim utsrijya vartate kamakarata nasa siddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. If one doesn't follow Shastra, Yakshastra vidim utsrijya, they reject Shastra. Vartate kamakarata, and they act according to their whims, according to their imagination, what is right and what is not. Nasa siddhim avapnoti. They will not attain perfection. Siddhim. And one may say, okay, I'm not striving to be perfect. I just want to be happy. Nasa siddhim avapnoti. Nasukam. You'll not be happy. Okay, I'm not striving to be happy. I just want to go back home, back to Godhead. Na param gatim. No, you will not achieve it param gatim if you don't follow Shastra. That means you will not go to the spiritual world. You will not attain the highest perfection. Yes. It's Krishna's direct words from Bhagavad-gītā. Universally accepted. So we should take it seriously. But we should understand Shastra according to Parampara. And actually only devotees can understand Shastra. No one else. It is also explained in Bhagavad-gītā. Saivayam mayatadya yogak proktah puratana. Bhaktosi me sakachati rahasyam hitatutama. That I'm explaining you this eternal knowledge. Yes. Yogak proktah purat with me. How to connect with the higher purpose. And I'm telling you this rahasya. Rahasya uttama. Uttama means, tama means darkness. And uttama means beyond darkness. I'm telling you this knowledge which is beyond darkness. This uttama rahasya actually. This rahasya means secret. This is secret knowledge. This is open secret. Available to everyone. But this is secret because they don't understand. And who is able to understand? Bhaktosi me sakachiti. You can understand because you are a devotee and my friend. These are two conditions that we can understand Shastra. Yes, so we should become devotee to understand Shastra and Krishna's friend. To understand Shastra. That maybe one is a devotee, but he's in a mood of awe and reverence. And this is not Saka. Understand? So we should become friend of Krishna. And that means intimate relationship. And to enter intimate relationship, we should be very eager. Lukewarm approach will not help. Lord Jesus said, you should be either hot or cold. If you are lukewarm, I will spit you out. So, don't be lukewarm. Yeah. Yes. You should have a character. Yeah. Yes. But our approach from the very beginning is completely different. For example, before I joined Krishna consciousness, I was brought up in Catholic religion, in Christianity. And there is completely different mood. Had any of you been Christian before? You as Christian, yes. And you were Christians? And you were practicing? You prayed? And go to church regularly? No? Yes. I received some mercy, and I tried, I wanted to become a Christian missionary, actually. And yes. And I know that this mood, prevalent mood, is completely different than in Bhakti Yoga. It's how to say, this music is very reverential with and so on. But here you hear bhajans and like love song, isn't it? So it's completely different mood. Although this Christian music can be extremely complex. For example, you have great composers like Bach and others who wrote really complex music for glorification of the Lord, but it's completely different mood. The simple kirtan is much closer to Krishna in the mood than this glorious, complex music. Yes. So we should go into the flow of the mood of our acharyas, and therefore we should read a lot and hear those who are in love with the Lord. Yes, because then we will develop desire to attain such consciousness also ourselves. This is important. Therefore it says, sadhu sanga sarva shastra hoy. Lava matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoy. It's important to have at least a fraction of a moment of association of real sadhu, because by his association we'll develop set. Yes, so maybe of course when we join, when we begin our spiritual journey, we don't have developed this mood, but we have at least desire to develop such a mood. Understand? And having a desire, strong desire for certain mood, it's already part of our existence. Understand? Because we desire it, it's part of my conception of God. Because in Christianity, as I know it, at least majority, maybe there is some extremely rare person who has other understanding. Because, for example, the Saint Francis of Assisi, he had extremely different perspective than other Catholic Christians. For example, he explained different rasas with the Lord, which is very rare to be heard in Christianity. He said that that the soul can be, of course, a servant of God, but it can also be mother of God and fiancée of God. Yes. So he explained different rasas. So we also should have a striving for loving relationship. This Sakya doesn't mean that we have Sakya rasa, that we should have Sakya rasa to understand this knowledge, but we should have desire for rasa. Understand? For loving relationship with Krishna. Yes. This is important. This is important. Yes. So then Shastra becomes very intimate, our intimate companion, because it's all about our lover. And everyone loves to read about his lover or her lover. If we really love someone, or at least we strive in this direction. Yes. So if we blaspheme Shastras or criticize Shastras, then it's great aparat, great offense. So we should not commit such an offense. Then the next aparada, this is fourth, that was fourth aparada. The fifth aparada, or offense, is also counted as one of the most grievous offenses possible. It's called artavad. That means that we think that these glories of the holy name described in Shastra and by saints is just an exaggeration. Because in the Vedas there are different artavadas, different just glorifications, which are not exactly true. And they are meant for the benefit of fallen people. For example, it is explained that by drinking somarasa in the heavenly planets, you will live eternally in heaven, which is not true. We know. This is artavad. And so, if we think that the glories of the holy name is same kind of artavad, just to enthuse people to chant the holy name, this is one of the most grievous offenses. So we should be very careful not to commit this artavad, because because everyone practically is full of offenses. Otherwise, we would be in complete ecstasy all the time. Yes?
The differentiation in reading the Shastra, to which we could say is afterward and which not, is through hermeneutics, or which kind of method? We understand when it's an exaggeration.
We should know the conclusive statements of Shastra. And conclusive statements are made by Krishna himself and by his devotees. Yes, because devotees are able to understand. We supported this from Bhagavatam and from Bhagavad-gītā, which are universally accepted as authoritative scriptures, and from Upanishads. These are, and from Vedanta Sutra actually, and Bhagavatam is natural commentary to the Vedanta Sutra. We understand what is conclusive statement. We understand Siddhanta. Therefore, Attato Brahma Jigyasa, we should inquire about absolute truth. We shouldn't be lazy. Vedas don't support spiritual laziness. They urge us to achieve perfection. Atato Brahma Jigyasa, says Vedanta Sutra. Jivasya Tattva Jigyasa is in Bhagavatam, 2nd chapter, first canto. And then in 2nd canto, it's said as one of the Chatur Shloki of Bhagavatam. Yes. Evatat eva jigyasan tatva jigyasan atmana. Anvaya vyatirikabhyam yat sarvatra sarvada. That we should inquire about absolute truth at all time, directly and indirectly, and in all places and circumstances. We should search about absolute truth. And this is the process. This is one of the Chatur Shloki of Bhagavatam. This is explanation of Abhidhaya, of the process to attain perfection. So we shouldn't be just satisfied with non-conclusive statements. So we should know what is conclusive and what is not. From Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Yes. And we should know that only bhakti is transcendental. Everything what is connected to Krishna is transcendental. What is not connected to Krishna is not transcendental. So, heavenly planets are not transcendental. It is said also in Bhagavad Gita. In 9th chapter it is explained that those who maybe with different processes will rise to into heavenly planets, they will fall down after expiration of their pious karma and will fall again on this earth. Yes. What are the verses? You had a question. Sorry?
There are many statements about the holy name that I can accept right now, but in some I have still some doubts when I read it. For example, said sometimes that once chanting the holy name, then all sins are immediately eradicated and one's liberated. Does it count for the pure holy name? Or does it count for another person? How to be?
First, we should understand that the holy name is completely pure. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Nitya Shuddho Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Binatvam Nama Namino. Shri Prahlad Nrsimha Ki Jai. It's Purna Shuddha, completely pure. There was not a time, and there is not a time, and there will not be a time that the holy name wouldn't be pure. It's absolutely pure. What is impure is our consciousness. Understand? Our consciousness is impure. So whenever we chant the holy name, it depends on our consciousness. If we have offensive consciousness, then the power of the holy name will not manifest. And this is usually the case. If we don't call the holy name, but we call the syllables of the holy name, but we are not offensive, which is rare, very rare, then the holy name will eradicate all the sins from the past, all the sins from the present, and all the sins from the future. Because it's not conditioned by time, the holy name. Understand? Holy name is completely transcendental, not influenced by time. So for the holy name, past, present, and future don't exist. Because it's eternal. Yes. So they completely wipe out all the sins. But not if we are offensive. Then we don't have the mercy of the holy name. Then we may get some small benefit like material enjoyment. Yes. So, therefore, it's so important to get rid of offenses and to listen, to understand, and to have faith. Because faith is the basis of everything in life, actually. If we don't have faith, the human existence is based on faith. Even if one is ardent atheist, for example, his life is based on faith. He has a faith that the God doesn't exist, for example. He has a fanatical faith in this because nothing substantiates his faith. Not even there is Shastra on this topic. So it's just blind faith. And everyone else has faith. For example, I bought a ticket to Ljubljana online. I had faith that this is bona fide and if I buy a ticket here, I can go with a certain train. I believe that the train will go from Basel, and I will have to change the trains a few times. And it is said in which place, at which time. And I have faith. I don't have experience because it's not happening yet. Understand? So everyone's life is based on faith. Whatever we have learned in school is just based on faith. No one performed any scientific research if this is true or not, what we were taught in school. So we didn't apply scientific knowledge to check if this is true or not. So everyone just blindly accepts what he was taught in school. Even atheists, even so-called faithless people, their life is completely based on faith. So we should have faith in something substantial, and something substantial is Shastra, which is eternal, thousands and thousands of years established as absolute truth. Because there are some scientific research established as a truth for 10 years and then is rejected. What kind of reliable knowledge is this? It's not reliable. But this is reliable knowledge, accepted for thousands of years, isn't it? So we should accept. If Shastra says it eradicates all sins, yes, it eradicates all sins. Is this okay? You have still the question? Sorry? Oh yes, which I think it's 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. I can check. Second chapter, second canto. You know by heart?
No, not the exact verse, but it should be 2:9, 32.
2:9, yes, 2:9. 9th chapter. Which verses? 32 to 35. I will tell you immediately. From 33 to 36. And this one I quoted is 36. 2:9:36. Yes, you have a question?
What does it mean to chant the syllables of the holy name? What's the difference?
Yes, if we chant just, that means that we have something different in mind than Krishna when we chant the holy name. For example, Ajamila, he was calling for his son. He wasn't calling the Lord. Understand? And therefore, this was not the holy name. It was Nama Abbas, semblance of the holy name, or a shadow of the holy name. And for example, if we are distracted when we chant, we think of other things during our chanting. And this is, of course, we pronounce the holy name with our tongue, but our consciousness is somewhere else. So actually we don't call Krishna. We call something else in our life. Because where our consciousness is, this is what we are calling actually in our existence. Yes. So this is also Namabhas, because we don't call Krishna actually. We call other things in our life, in our heart. Yes. So we should call Krishna. Yes. We should consciously call Krishna when we chant the holy name. Yeah. And then it's pure name. Can shine through our consciousness. Yes.
So if we're just chanting the syllables, is that just time spent uselessly? So it doesn't do anything? Just chanting the syllables?
If we strive to chant properly, then it's not useless. Then it's very beneficial. Because Krishna will guide us and purify us by contact with Him. even though it is maybe just namabhas, because we think of other things, but we strive and we try again and again and again. And this is instruction of Lord Krishna in 6th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. Yato yato nishrati manashchanchalam astiram tatastato niyamyetat atmaniva vasham nayet. That whenever mind which is flickering wanders away, one should control it again and again and again. And therefore Krishna knows mind is very restless. So if you follow this instruction of Krishna and try to control your mind again and again and again, then you follow Lord's instruction, and this is Krishna will be happy with your endeavor, and therefore he will purify your heart because you strive according to his instruction. But if you know that your mind is wandering and you purposefully are distracted because you're boring just focusing on the holy name or something, then this is an offense. Understand? Hare Krishna. Yes, your question was answered. Okay. Okay.
The Mahamantra, what does it contain all the rasas? It feels to me mostly very neutral or in the servant rasa.
It is explained in 3rd canto of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hrit sarojam aseshu tikshita pato nananata pumsam yatyadhyata urgaya vibhavayanti tatatva puh pranayase sadanugrahaya. And this is the key to understand all conclusive statements. That in whatever rasa, whatever relationship you turn to Krishna, Krishna will reveal according to your desire. So if you approach Krishna in neutrality through Mahamantra, Krishna will respond accordingly. And this is confirmed also in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. Ye ata mam prapadante tam stateva bhajamaham. Mama vartmanu varnate manushyah varta sarvasha. As one surrenders to me, I respond accordingly. Yes. So you can approach Krishna through Mahamantra in whichever rasa you want, and Krishna will respond accordingly. Yes. This is the secret. Hare Krishna. So, yes, so far we discussed criticizing of Shastra. And next offense we said, we discussed now, the 5th offense is not having faith in the holy name, actually. And that we think that the holy name is just, this glorification of the holy name is just exaggeration, is artavad. So we shouldn't commit this offense. Then the 6th offense. The 6th offense is to interpret the holy name according to our whims. And that we say, yes, the holy name is good for health, for mental health, for example. Of course, it's good for mental health, but this is extremely insignificant side effect of the holy name. It's good for all our existence, actually, on every level of existence. Yes. Have you heard about this research one Japanese scientist did with the water, with the crystals of water. You have heard. Anyone else? Yeah, you know, many of you. He took different waters from different places, and he took also some water from ordinary tap water, and certain and he discovered that the water from the source in some mountains, which was very pure, these crystals of this water were extremely beautiful. Some polluted water, crystals of polluted water were very, very ugly. And then he exposed water to different energetic sources. For example, if there were some classical music in the glorification of the Lord, the crystals were very nice. If there was heavy metal, the crystal was completely demolished. So and so on. And if the water was exposed to such thoughts as "I hate you," it was also very ugly. This crystal of water. So we can see how much has a different type of energy, of some energetic vibration, influence on matter and on consciousness, of course. For example, our body is made of 70% of water. And such gross things have such influence on water, what to speak on such transcendental sound vibration as a holy name. So we should be exposed to this sound vibration of the holy name, not for material benefits, of course, but for the eternal benefit of Krishna Prema, love of God. Yes.
How can I rise to the stage where I sincerely repent my offenses?
By hearing, regular hearing, and being very sincere in your spiritual journey, because we shouldn't have cheating mentality. In Kali Yuga, majority of people have cheating mentality. And this cheating mentality means I can do whatever I like and I will achieve the real gold, real perfection. I can pay counterfeit money and I will receive gold. This is cheating mentality. And counterfeit money is not being sincere, not following according to instructions of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. And counting that we'll get gold, that means Krishna Prema, love of God. But so we should follow, and that means that we should really strive very strict sadhana. We should have strict sadhana. We mentioned in one of our classes this abhyasa yoga. And abhyasa yoga is many times mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. It means training of consciousness. Because our consciousness in material condition is turned away from Krishna. And it's called this this duratma, those who are not devoted to Krishna. And our consciousness is conditioned. So we should really strive to be strict in our drill of consciousness. It should be like a military drill of our consciousness, because in Slovene we have expression, a saying that habit is like an iron shirt. Have you heard something like this before? What does it mean? That habit is like an iron shirt. Hard to remove, and you cannot move. In iron shirt you cannot move, and you cannot remove it. Because you're stuck in some position. And this is the habit. And we have unlimited material habits. And our consciousness is conditioned by habits. And every action creates an impression in our consciousness. These are called samskaras. And we have unlimited material samskaras in our consciousness. So, in order to get them out of consciousness, we have to undergo real drill. Understand? Before, this was quite few years before Krishna consciousness, I quit smoking. I smoked before. I quit smoking. And it was really hard to quit smoking. Do any of you have experience of quitting smoking? You have. It was easy? No. Yes. Yes, I also stopped like this. And for 10 years, I have dreams that I'm smoking. Yes. And I smoked in dreams, and then I remembered, but I don't smoke. And I'm smoking now. Whoa, what I'm doing? 10 years. Can you imagine? 10 years after I quit smoking. And in the beginning, whenever I came, I start to search where are my cigarettes. Yes. It's so deep, these impressions in our consciousness. So deep. This is one example, but there are unlimited impressions that we don't even know that they are there. We notice them when, for example, we come in completely different environment with cultural shock. That we are shocked how these people are living completely different than we do. Then we are awakened a little bit from that there are certain conditioning in us, because we don't see our conditionings. We think that we are completely natural like this. But these are all conditionings. And you can hear, I believe that there are many different dialects in Germany. Yeah. And so certain people from certain environment, they speak differently than from here, for example. Isn't it? So you can see, just to be born in certain village you're conditioned in certain way. Even in your speech is conditioned in certain way. So there are unlimited conditionings. And therefore, the only way is to drill in our heart spiritual consciousness, spiritual impressions, spiritual samskaras, again and again and again, on daily basis. And then, and we read Shastra, and we read our acharyas. This is really important. This is this answer for your question. We should read the mood of our acharyas in their songs, because then with their mood we will develop longing for Krishna. We will develop longing for Krishna. And only with longing for Krishna we can progress. This is the only price we should pay. It's ardent desire. Yes. So this is so important, to be extremely strict and sincere in our practice. And then we will definitely, by Krishna's mercy, arrive to this point to sincerely repent our offensive mentality. Before this, we will not even recognize that we have offensive mentality. Yes, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yes.
I developed because of that during the summer kind of ideas and notions, and and I thought I was sincere and sincerely practicing, but now.
What kind of ideas?
I mean, the topic might not be so important, but
Material desires, or?
I mean, due to false ego, some own ideas that I know better.
Uh-huh.
I thought I was sincere, and now it turned out I'm.
Yes, we should follow instruction of great souls. Mahajano yena gata sampanta. And for example, Jesus said, "Judge not, lest you'll be judged." So don't judge other people. Don't judge even unsincere devotees. Because we should know, devotional service is extremely rare. And it's completely voluntarily done. So, if one is cheating himself, we should feel sorry, not judgmental. Understand? And by this feeling of compassion, we'll realize that yes, I should take this seriously. I should be very careful not to become prey of insincere mood, because it's so easy to become. So these examples that you see that are not sincere devotees, for example, should impel you to surrender more deeply, not to judge anyone, because this judgment of anyone is also a sign of falling condition. Understand? You judge, and that means that you're on the same level or even lower, because you judge. And if you judge, what's happening? You invite all the forces of the universe to test you. Understand? If you judge, then the time will come that you will be tested in exactly for those things you judge. So, if you want to have safe spiritual journey, don't judge. And if you caught yourself judging, you should repent. That this is my envious mentality. That doesn't mean that you're blind, that you pretend to not to see that someone is a thief. But you should do whatever is proper for your devotional service. If you are able to help them in any way, you should help them. But if not, then just take note of that you shouldn't become like this, and you pray to the Lord, please help me to be sincere devotee myself. Never judge and never criticize. Never indulge in gossip, because this is most detrimental. Yes, so we discussed now 6 nama paradas, and we have only one session, I believe, because tomorrow there will be other more qualified speakers in the morning and in the evening. So tomorrow we'll not have our seminar, and we'll continue on Friday morning, and then I have to leave. So we'll have one more session, one more part of our seminar, and we'll have to hurry up, I see, because we covered 3 apparatus, and there are still 4 more. Okay. Yeah. Anything else, or we should stop? Okay. Thank you very much for your attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Srimad-Bhagavad-gītā ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande Hari Bol. Please accept my humble obeisance. Thank you. How quickly it can be tried? Yes.